All-Star Comics number 8, December through January, issue 1941. Two new members win their spurs in this new book-length adventure of the Justice Society of America, featuring Hawkman, the Atom, Dr. Fate, the Spectre, the Sandman, Johnny Thunder, Dr. Midnight, and Storm. The Justice Society of America hereby elects Green Lantern as the fourth honorary member, like Superman, Batman, and the Flash. Said honorary membership to be for life, and does hereby elect Dr. Midnight as their new active member in his place. And a leave of absence is hereby granted to the Hourman, whose active duties will be taken up by the Star. Making our roll call until further notice as follows: Hawkman, the Sandman, the Atom, the Spectre, Johnny Thunder, Dr. Fate, Dr. Midnight, the Starman. Honorary members: Superman, Batman, the Flash, Green Lantern. Under the leadership of Hawkman, who is now chairman, since the Green Lantern has become the fourth honorary member. Like Superman, Batman, and the Flash, the Justice Society has resolved to carry on its good work. But suddenly, it comes face to face with a new, weird evil that threatens the very foundation of justice. Never before has the Justice Society been faced with such a perplexing problem until the advent of Dr. Midnight and his mascot, Hooty, the wise old owl. The following pages describe how he and the Starman win their spurs as active members of the Justice Society of America. Johnny Thunder meets the Hawkman on the way to a meeting of the Justice Society. What's the matter, Johnny? You look sad. Shucks, I should be. I had a fake city contractor ready to confess to me. Then, Louis is off the handle, completely batty, thinks he's in pay for something. That's strange. Just as I was closing in on the racketeers I was working on, the main witness went raving mad. I wonder. Casey would have been so proud of me. Cheer up, Johnny. The other members are in the same fix. My man yelled, "Yee-yah!" like a gorilla. Mine too. Mine thought the light was blinding him. For the first time in their history, the members are flabbergasted. They don't know which way to turn. What are we going to do? Here we are, all working on separate cases, and as soon as we get a witness, Bluey, he goes daffy. We're stumped. And I thought we members of the Justice Society could do anything. Just then, who's that? Why, it's the famous Dr. Midnight. Yes, gentlemen, and I need your help. Who? Ah, at the moment, we could use some help ourselves, but what's your problem? Criminals are using a new weapon, madness instead of murder. Let me tell my story. For all ears. And so, Dr. Midnight, who can see in the dark like an owl and terrorizes criminals with his unusual powers, tells his strange story. It was late that night. I was dictating an important letter to my secretary, Myra Mason. Suddenly, important bulletin, a dangerous maniac has escaped from the Oakdale Sanitarium. My, that's not far from here, Dr. Snyder. The escaped patient is John Graw, former commissioner of Rose, who went raving mad during a probe of crafts in his office. Watch out for him. He is dangerous. I hastily dismissed Myra. Oh, I hope he doesn't do any harm. He'll probably be found before he does. We can finish this work tomorrow. I feel tired. As soon as Myra had left, if a dangerous maniac abroad, I might be of more use as Dr. Midnight. Come on, Rudy. Who? Then before leaving, I consulted my file. See if I have anything on the Graw investigation. No need to put on the light. I can see just as well in the dark. I found a clipping that astounded me. Well, this is a case for Dr. Midnight. Woo! I had scarcely reached the ground. What's that, Goody? In the darkness, I saw a figure slip into the nearby woods. I hadn't expected my search to end so soon. Doc. Yeah! It was Graw. All right. I could recognize his features in the dark. He seemed to have the strength of 10 men and the fury of a demon. Ah! A trick I learned at college came in handy. He was up in a flash and charging me again. Yeah! This time I was ready. I leapt for a limb and met Graw halfway. The blow put Graw out long enough to tie him up safely. Glad we had this tussle. It helped me to diagnose this case. Those blind charges he made at me, the fear of light, even that strange cry all add up to one thing. And this blood test proves it. This is a very rare disease, but it's always found among apes. It's never attacked humans before. There's something very funny here. I thought immediately of old Professor Abel, whose scientific work with animals is well known. It was he who discovered this disease. I'm sure he'll help us, sweetie.
Who?
My visit awakened the old caretaker. Hey, Vince. Informal. I must see Professor Abel. That's impossible. This is urgent. You don't understand. He left for Africa a month ago on a scientific trip. This is terrible. He was the only one who could help. How can I reach him? By radio? I don't know. His trip was a secret. He said very little about his plan. I searched Professor Abel's laboratory in vain for the antidote he had perfected. Notes of all kinds, but only Professor Abel knows what they mean. I suppose I shouldn't have left you in, but the famous Dr. Midnight can mean no harm. Finally, I found a vial filled with a substance I couldn't identify. Solution K. I wonder what that is. Hey, this might be the antidote. In the cellar were 8, kept for experimental purposes. There's one way to make sure. I'll need your help. First, we'll inject the ape with the germ. This will be. In a moment, he showed the same symptoms as Brawl did in the woods. Yeah! Look out! I met his onrush with an injection of Solution K. If this doesn't work, it's just too bad. But it did. The ape immediately quieted down and became as docile as a lamb. Ooh, that was cool. Put him back in the cage. I have work to do. I rushed back to Graw. An injection of Solution K had the same effect on him. What am I doing here? Where is the district attorney? I want to tell him the truth. I explained the situation to Graw, and he told me his story. As you know, I have a clean record, and the political ring appointed me to office. I was suspicious, but determined to do an honest job. Whatever graft there was in my office went on behind my back. When the investigation started, I was determined to tell everything I found out. Yes, but this madness, what started it? I don't know. Just as I went to the witness stand, my lawyer leaned over to whisper to me. I felt a pain in my arm, and everything grew bright. My eyes pained me. Lawyer, give me his name and address. I hastened to the lawyer's office. I can see in the dark. I can search the place without attracting attention. In a desk, I found a hypodermic needle. This proved Rob was telling the truth. And the letters which showed me that the lawyer was on friendly terms with the political. So, he double-crossed his own client. What's that? No one at the door. I quickly hid in a dark ante-room. What can be going on at this hour? The lawyer entered the room with the notorious political boss of the city. Why do we have to meet Professor Elba at this time? It's safer. We won't be seen together. You know, that's a pretty big cut he's taking from us. Well, in a way. But don't forget, we're all safe. If we had to bump raw, that would have been dangerous. So, that's great. Oh, here is where I go into action. I crashed a blackout bomb to the floor. Hey, what's this? Stop you! In the darkness, the two culprits crashed into each other. Oh, that saved me a job. I had them tied up before they came to. Now, gentlemen, talk and talk fast. You can't bluff us. Nah, we got the law on our side. Maybe this will help. I found it in your desk. No, please, don't. I'll tell everything. In a moment, they were both busy writing confessions. How do you spell hypodemic? I read the confession. Fine. You don't say much about Professor Elba. Tell me more about him. That's all we know, honest. He's cut in our racket because we don't have to bump guys off. We've never seen him before. I didn't know that at the moment Professor Elba's eyes were upon me. The famous Dr. Mid. There was a warning cry from Hootie, but a blow fell before I could turn around. Boo! Boo! The blow dazed me. I could see only the shadow of a figure over me and hear his words. Prepare to die, Dr. Midnight. I'm going to shoot you. With a screech, Hootie flew into his face, and the shot went wild. Believing the shot would attract the police, Professor Elba fled without my seeing his face. Well, Mr. Elba got away. You two won't. Not with these confessions in my hand. The next day, Myra was pleased, but I wasn't. So, Bra isn't guilty after all. He owes his freedom to Dr. Midnight. He certainly keeps him flying. There isn't any Dr. Midnight. If there is, why doesn't he find out who was really in back of this crime? Dr. Midnight appears in every issue of All American Comics.